A very warm welcome to RTV News, folks, and thank you for joining us here this evening. We hope you had yourselves a very productive day. Now, top of our edition tonight, these are our headlines. Big name celebrities and other dignitaries that will participate in Friday's Kwitizina baby gorilla naming ceremony are now at Kinigi in Musanze district of the Northern Province. On Thursday, in the General Assembly of the National Women's Council, discussions focused on the need to care about the mental health of women and also to increase efforts in building their capacity, which can lead to ensuring a safe and prosperous family, as well as contribute to the development of the country. Once again, we're glad to have your company tonight, coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali. My name is Martina Avera. Now, a big names, a celebrity and other dignitaries that will participate in Friday's Kwitizina baby gorilla naming ceremony are now at Kinigi in Musanze district of the Northern Province and include the Arsenal FC legend Sol Campbell, a French football coach, and former PSG goalkeeper Bernard Lama, Tobagonian actor Winston Duke, best known for his role as Mbaku in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the renowned American comedian and actor Kevin Hart, the former NBA player Joakim Noah, and the actor, musician, and producer Idris Elba, to name a few. Also participating will be Rwanda's Grace Ineza Omuhoza, a global advocate for youth participation in climate action. Restaurant, hotel and hotel owners in Musanze district, as well as market vendors, say profits have shot up because of the Kwitizina baby gorilla naming ceremony, and they say they have no problem meeting the increased demand for their products because they know how many guests they will be catering for on Friday and over the weekend. One hotel has 7,000 confirmed bookings, and its managers insist that everything is ready for the guests, with more workers having been hired to manage the extra workload. Those who supply such hotels with food and drinks have been giving reassurance that there will be no shortages. Local residents have also been urged by authorities to be welcoming to the many guests that have descended on their district for the naming of the gorillas. Musanze has more than 40 hotels, 5 of them with international star ratings, as well as 112 motels. Now, on Thursday, in the General Assembly of the National Women's Council, discussions focused on the need to care about the mental health of women and also to increase efforts in building their capacity, which can lead to ensure a safe and prosperous family, as well as contribute to the development of the country. We have more from Olive Nete.
Discussions focused on, in the 22nd General Assembly of the National Women's Council at the national level, include celebrating the current success of women in various sectors, but also sharing ideas on what can be done to address some of the challenges that women still face. It also included discussions on the contribution of women in achieving the 2050 vision of the country, and also her contribution to a safe and a prosperous family. A woman as a person with a great role to play in the family, she will strive for a better life of her family. But she is requested to change the mindset and think beyond thinking of the development of the country. The General Assembly was also a good platform to share the achievements made in the previous fiscal year, and also a time to present and discuss the activities to be carried out in the 2023-2024 fiscal year. The President of the National Women's Council points out that they look forward to enhanced efforts in fulfilling the set goals. The National Women's Council can't perform all activities alone. There is need to collaborate with other partners and the family. It has been mentioned that the first remedy or treatment that a person needs comes from the family. They also reiterated on the issues of mental health affecting many people, but the family has a big role to play in the healing of that person. So we decided to work closely with families. Dr. Wamaria Valentine, the Minister of Gender and Family Promotion, commended the efforts of the National Women's Council in ensuring the development of women in various sectors, but she also reiterated on the issue of mental health. I liked the discussions that focused on mental health, and among the resolutions taken We decided that we will go in deep and discuss about that issue because we can't build a safe family if we are not doing well. And I believe that if many families would care and put into consideration this issue of mental health, it would contribute to resolving many problems currently found in the family. The 22nd General Assembly of the National Women's Council at the national level approved 10 resolutions that are going to be revised and start to be put into practice. The General Assembly is an annual forum which aims at assessing achievements made, sharing ideas on what can be done to better improve the lives of women, and also a good platform to address the current challenges that still hinder the development of women in general. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Thank you, Olive Nete, for that report. Now, UK's Minister of State for Development and Africa, during his visit to Rwanda, Andrew Mitchell, visited various activities that are expected to make a significant change in the Rwanda's development of technology and economy as well. Adam Squizera with more.
On the first day of his visit to Rwanda, Andrew Mitchell attended the launch for Exchange of Information System for Tax Purposes, which will be used for tax transparency and exchange of information between tax authorities around the world. The Minister of State in charge of National Treasury in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, Richard Tusabe, affirms that this system will enhance the tax system, plus positioning Rwanda as the financial hub on this continent.
The exchange of information system is a very, very big milestone for our country. On two fronts. One, to ensure that there is no illicit financial flows, tax evasion and tax avoidance, but more importantly, positioning our country as a financial center requires that we have all the information, and we can exchange information both automatically but also on request. So what we are launching today, with the support of the UK government, is a system that has been financed by the UK government and supported by Her Majesty's Revenue Authority of UK on capacity building of our staff. So it is a milestone that is going to position Rwanda, and more specifically Rwanda Revenue Authority, to another level of development to ensure that Rwanda can play a very active and leading role in international landscape on exchange of information, hence supporting our vision of being a financial hub.
Andrew Mitchell also attended the launch of British Council's Digital Library project at Kigali Public Library as a part of the UK's efforts in making educational resources available to all. The Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Idede Kodet, pointed out that this digital library is expected to contribute much in the sector of education.
We really appreciate this, particularly in our education sector, since we all know that people learn from reading books. Our curriculum is especially based on English language. That is why most of the books that will be accessed here will be in English, hence to promote English language in schools.
UK's Minister of State for Development and Africa, Andrew Mitchell, he also attended the UK's program dedicated to promote girls' access to education. This is why he appreciated the Rwandan government for its contribution in promoting inclusive education.
And I'm heartened to see that Rwanda is making progress on advancing the acquisition of these foundational skills for all children. The endline results from the BLF program show significant improvement in English and maths learning outcomes of pupils in early primary in Rwanda over the last 6 years. And I want to congratulate everyone involved on that.
Thank you. The UK government also signed a 7-year partnership agreement with the UNICEF for the promotion of girls' education, whereas this partnership is worth of £12.3 million. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Personnel in the energy and solar energy sector demonstrate that collaboration with the private sector investment are critical for the development of the sector. Prince Manzi with more.
Some of the solar entrepreneurs say that there is a progress in this sector, but there are still challenges, including the knowledge on the use of the modern technology and the expensiveness of the tools, as some are exported.
Not easy. We have to educate, you can say, many Rwandan customers, peoples by visiting them. We have to create a sense of, you can say, education to the farmers also about this technology, because they were not aware about the use case of this technology, how they can increase the life of perishable goods, because like every commodity like fruits, vegetables, flowers have different temperature. It is not like that you can store each and every commodity at the same temperature.
The system of cooking using solar energy, we export the tools and reach Rwanda with an expensive piece, and you find that the beneficiaries cannot afford them.
The Infrastructure Minister, Dr. Ernest Nsabimana, states that there is a need for financial mechanism of investment. Hence, as a country, demonstrates the opportunities available for sustainable and impactful development of this sector.
We discuss different, different mechanism of financing mechanism, so that, of course, investors, especially young people, should benefit from this loan, bank loan, and this financing mechanism existing around the country, so that this technology should be implemented across the country, especially in rural area where national grid is not yet there.
The Director General of the International Solar Alliance, Dr. Ajay Mathur, demonstrated that for the large quantity of the investment targets only few countries, it affects the supply mechanism, especially to Africa, having a large number of people lacking electricity, but there's a solution in place.
Because this production is concentrated in two countries, we have a supply chain problem. We have created a solar payment guarantee mechanism, which provides investors with the confidence that they can put in money. To start with, we have done it for Africa. And if there is a delay in the investor getting the payment, this facility will provide early payment. And then as and when the investor gets the full payment, he pays back to us, so that the facility keeps rolling. What we hope is that this will create the confidence amongst investors to invest in all African countries where investments have been much lower than what we would have hoped for.
In Rwanda, convened is the 5th Regional Committee meeting of the African region held by the International Solar Alliance. The alliance has 140 member states, including 44 African nations. It aims at providing 1 billion people with access to electricity by 2030. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Prince Manzi, for that report. Now, the BK Group has announced that it registered profits amounting to close to 36.9 billion Rwandan francs during the first half of this year, a 32.3% increase compared to the same period last year. The announcement was made during a virtual press conference focusing on the group's second quarter and first half performance for 2023, notably all of its major subsidiaries like the Bank of Kigali.
The bank remains an engine for the group, with a profit after tax for the bank at 36 billion, which is a significant growth year on year, over 36% growth year on year. This performance is attributed to two main factors. The first one is a significant increase in our fee income, driven by our FX trading book, also driven for the first half of the year, driven by our documentary operations, trade finance, and also all the fees that we get from our payment facilities. The second factor that is supporting this performance is the quality of our loan portfolio. We have a very low NPL rate at 2.6% and a cost of risk of 2%. This is very good performance, showing discipline in our underwriting processes. And we believe if we continue with this trend, we'll be able to meet our targets for the year 2023, allowing shareholders to get a very good return on the equity that is invested in the group.
The bank's clients were able to continue paying back their loans despite the global economic woes that have prevailed, largely thanks to the sound economic policies of the country that have been helping to fight inflation.
beyond the financial performance, we're also happy to keep sharing with you our commitment to sustainability, to the corporate social responsibility, which remains as a pillar of our corporate culture, and which allow us to have an impact on the society and on the environment. We are happy to see that through those challenges, the great achievements have been recorded, but we also remain vigilant and agile in this uncertain economic environment, but we still so confident we're able to navigate through it successfully.
Now, as we head back to Kwitizina Baby Gorilla naming ceremony, also participating will be Rwanda's Grace Ineza Umuhoza, a global advocate for youth participation in climate action.
Yes, being one of the namers is a tremendous experience and a feeling, because I get the chance to be on the ground where I can testify what the power of conservation is and how it links with the protecting the people and the planet, but most importantly, because I work in the climate change sector, is also a sign of hope, a sign that is bringing me that tangible hope to know that it's still possible for us to save our planet. And I get to see one of the most endangered species that we get to save in Rwanda, and it's quite an honor, and I'm really humble and grateful. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to go to see a baby gorilla. It's going to be amazing, because the only gorilla I know in my life was King Kong on the television. But now I'm going to be having a chance to really see a gorilla face to face, and I'm excited, and I just can't wait to see how my heart is going to open up, because it's going to be a series of experience and emotion. But honestly, I do believe there's going to be like a living testament to remind me and most of my friends and colleagues that even if we're in the climate change sector, we're not doing it for only the people and the planet, because within the people and the planet, there are also animals, and the only way to do it is proper conservation, and the only place you can learn how to do it is here with the gorillas.
And finally, what is your message to the youth?
So the message to the youth right now is dream as big as you can and just go for it, because sooner or later you're going to hear someone who's going to be able to hold your hand and show you the way, because the way of really achieving what you want to do, because your vision, our vision, we own it, so our future we can start pacing it today. We are not the leaders of tomorrow, we are the leaders of today, and we started our journey yesterday.
On behalf of the news production team and me, we would like to thank you very much for sticking with us on RTV News. My name is Martina Abera. Stay safe and have a great night.